Hey everybody, this is Patty Rice. God calls me the promise coach. He uses me to motivate people to keep believing and contending for their promises. And today, he has a bit of a different word for us that he's been speaking to me that he wanted me to share. And it goes in line with something that he talked to me about. And then he said, share it with my people. So I'll just give you insight into what happened with me and then share with you, how he wanted to say it to everyone else. I had been going on YouTube in different places and kind of looking to hear different words and everything, different prophetic words that were going around from trusted prophets, things, people that God had kind of pointed me in the direction of. As being trusted prophets. So it wasn't random, not anywhere and everywhere. But every day I was going on and looking and hearing what the different prophets were saying, and was it kind of lining up and confirming the things that God was speaking to me. And so God spoke to me one day, and he was like, you know, I need you to be more focused on our relationship. He said, I need you to be more focused on our relationship. And he said, right now, you're beginning to veer into a revelationship. And so I, asked him for more insight about that. And he began to tell me about there are people who are believers who love him, but can get sidetracked and caught up in finding out what he knows more than finding out and knowing him. And so he wanted us to really watch that in this season. I know there's a lot of things going on in the world, a lot of stuff that's kind of confusing, not making sense to us. And even in our own lives, there are a lot of questions that many of us have about, God, what are you doing? This is not looking like I thought it was going to look. What's happening now? God, I need answers. I need you to give me insight, wisdom, and revelation. And so many of us are going to God about that. And we're also, watching the different trusted prophets that we know are trusted prophets on YouTube, or seeing their posts on Facebook and things like that. We're looking at our dreams, examining our dreams, and like trying to put these puzzle pieces together and be like, okay, what is God saying now about this point that I'm in my life, or about this thing that's happening in the earth? And so there's nothing wrong with us doing that, but God doesn't want our focus to be there. And that was something I was veering into, where it began to be my focus was more there than it was in studying the word, than it was in, just praying and just waiting on God, spending time in his presence, worshiping him. I'm still doing all of those things, but when it becomes a matter of us wanting to know more about what God knows than wanting to know him, that's where we can kind of get a little bit out of pocket, and we need to just pull it back in a little bit. And so what I did personally was, Lord, I'm sorry. I repent for that. Please forgive me for that, because none of us want to be sought after for what we know. None of us want to be sought after for the things that we have. We want people to come into relationship with us. We want people to get to know us for who we are, get to know us, in the different little personality traits that we have. And God, because we're like him, he's the same way. He wants you to know him. He wants you to know his ways and the ways that he thinks, what he's thinking about, his priorities and things like that. So when we talk about having relationship with him, we always want to go in with a mindset of really getting to know him, really spending quality time with him, and not just going to him, God, okay, what's going on now? Oh God, what's going on now? What's going on now, God? it's okay for us to do that in terms of wanting to understand and have revelation, but we really need to have balance in that thing, and be sure that we are seeking relationship with him more than we are seeking revelation from him. And that's the word God has for us today. I hope it blessed you. And remember, God always keeps his promises. Love you, and I hope to see you again soon.